amazing. I was clashing. This is like Chaz Moskin, Cam Water.
For the first time here for season 3. Davis on pole, Vanderkrant in second. It's going to be sprint round action here tonight. Let's go racing here at Daytona. It was a good start there from Davis in comparison to Vanderkrant in behind. Cowan's absolutely bogged it up and already dropped out of the top 3 here as they come down towards turn 1 for the first time. There's biffing and barging between Gallen and Cowan. These guys are still going at it after last season. They survived for this time by though. Through turn 2 and 3 they come. Nice and clean, boys. Keep it up as they come up to...
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannon's insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
ride with Shannon's.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Through turn 1, it was a horrible start from De Bono. He's absolutely bogged it up and gets eaten alive by Dixon and Gowans as they come on through. Through turn 1 they come, and they all spread out around in towards the first sector of the Silverstone circuit. They look all right at the moment. Okay, there's already been a car spun round. That's Jordan Ferguson off wide.
Is green at Road Atlanta here as well. Faulkner did get away. De Bono is tucked in as well. Unfortunately, Houghton is on that outside line. De Bono does want to turn it to twos. He's got the job. De Bono's overtaken. Now can he get Ben Faulkner up through turns 2 and 3? They go round the right-hander, dropping down the hill. Faulkner's out in front. De Bono second. Houghton third. Ratcliffe in fourth. No real dramas going into turn 1.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be.
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moskin, Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanak and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't implemented it, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we get the good run. Dodds just absolute think about it. It's a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, wherever it is you are watching from. Welcome back to Sim Racing World TV. And welcome in to the Shannon's Insurance Toyota GR86 Nationals here out at Oran Park for round 1 of Season 4. I'm your commentator here tonight, Hamish Bunner, bringing all the action through sight and sound here on SRW TV. Joining me, as always, is Mr. Steve Sinkovic. Sinker, a massive night of racing ahead for us. We missed out on doing it last night because, unfortunately, JP incurred some technical issues, but now we get the absolute pleasure of seeing these little tin top triumphs just rocket around this beautiful part of the world that no longer exists, unfortunately, in the world of motorsport.
Yeah, I think it's just a little village spot now, a little suburb out in the outskirts that's driving and living on the hallowed grounds of the old Oran Park.
I believe there are a heap of streets named after drivers in that housing estate as well, which has been built on the grounds of where Oran Park once was, including, I believe, Scaife Avenue or Scaife Street, something like that, out there. Not sure. I've never been to the housing estate, so not really 100% sure myself. But what you guys can expect tonight is some awesome racing action. Sprint round action, of course, for Oran Park. So we've got a little 20-minute sprint, 40-minute feature to come your way. And all live right here on SRW TV. If you caught the Legends World Challenge action earlier tonight, you would have seen some absolutely phenomenal racing, phenomenal action. But as always, with its own little bit of controversy as well. Those incidents, I'm sure, will be reviewed at length. Actually, no, we're on for a normal round tonight. So we're actually on for a 60-minute race. So it's going to be quick firing on all cylinders once these drivers have finished their qualifying session. I mean, Sinker, last season, give me the rundown. What was last season like in this series? I know from reading it was quite chaotic, quite controversial, which makes me hungry to sink my teeth into it.
I wouldn't say controversial. We had our ups and downs. We had a few incidents here and there that sort of went to the dark side, but all in all, it was a pretty good series. It had its moments, but spectacular racing right through. The boys had a blast. We had a blast commentating. JP's tonsils loved it. His raspy voice was haspier than usual on a Thursday night, and his love affair with the Carlin boys was very, very, very out in the open, and to the point where he reduced himself to begging for merch.
So what you're saying is I should on a Friday morning after the GR86s, I should know by how exciting a race it was just by how raspy JP's voice is in the booth with me at 10:45 in the morning.
100%.
Oh, fantastic.
100%.
Fantastic. Love
what
to hear
is
it.
the password for our Ninja, mate?
It's GR86, mate. I did write it right underneath the link that I sent you to the Sinker BC.
Yeah.
Okay, I did. You'll see password GR86 right at the bottom there.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah. See what happens.
That's what that line there it says password means.
See what happens when you use your eyes, Sinker. You find the answer.
You know what, mate? I have dad looks.
A dad look is you're looking with your hands over your eyes, apparently.
Yeah. The wife always says you're having a dad look or you're having a proper look. And I'll go, no, a proper look. And she goes, yeah, they're like that. It's never going to happen. Yeah.
You get your eyes tested,
Anyway.
I reckon, Sinker. A couple of chats out there already. Matty Feely out there with us. Fire out, plug out OPR fans. Of course, Greg Barber racing in this series now this season. We'll be excited to see how he does. Pricey out there as well. Let's go privateers. Yodel said, wash your mouth out. Best SRW series, Sinker. He's claiming that the 86s is the best SRW series. I would hazard a claim that Pricey said that. I would hazard a claim that Super Formulas is the best SRW series.
He said the SRW 86 series, the best series?
Yes,
or the
in
best
SRW.
series in the SRWs.
It's the best SRW series. Is what he's claiming.
Mate, you know what? That's a very
It's a very
brave statement.
controversial opinion.
I think not so much controversial, but I think that Hutto would be jumping up and down because Hutto's usually the one who goes, yeah, ban it, get rid of it.
Well, I would hazard and say that SFL's is probably the best SRW series. It's the one I normally have the most fun with in SRW every week. There's normally some great racing and stuff like that. I mean, Pricey saying that is like me saying that Legends is the best SRW series, but I'm realistic. I know that it's, you know, it's in its junior form at the moment. Don't sit on the fence. I'm not sitting on the fence, Pricey. SFL's is the best SRW series. I will stand and die on that sword.
SFL?
Yeah, Super Formula Lights.
Look, mate, you know what? It's like a father that has no favourites, so I can't really say. But you know what? The every night of the week has its own special quality and its own special characters and its own style of racing. We cover generic tid tops, which have got, you know, your low downforce, take it through corners, bash doors, everything like that, to our Formula Super Lights, to the beasts of V8 supercars. And it's like they're 3 different cars to drive, 3 different personalities, and all 3 are based on the registrations and the names in the registrations are the best around, mate.
Oh, I know Supercars is highly contested. That would be a very interesting claim. But our Supercars is phenomenal. We have got some great drivers out there and some great races as well.
Look at the names in the list.
I'm looking at it realistically, Sinker.
I'm looking at it realistically. I mean, I'm talking about our series itself as a thing. Look, I think it's one of the best around. I didn't say the best, one of the best around, because of the quality of the drivers that's in the field.
Well, that's right. I mean, the Legends.
Sunday night is Sunday night. If you're a massive fan of V8 supercars and you think you're a pretty fast dude, register for Sunday night V8 supercars with SRW. Race against people like Rehan, like Lobby, like Warboys. You know, Dyke's not racing this year, but there's Whitaker, Maguire, young Ty Delaney, all fast boys, man. They're all fast boys, and I'm saying get out there and show us your colours.
Well, Singer, while we quickly wait for qualifying to end, there was one thing I wanted to bring up whilst talking about supercars. I don't know, did you see the news and the run-through earlier this week of the new point structure for next season for real-life V8 supercars?
Would I be interested? No.
Would I be interested in what?
In what? Oh, crikey, what have I just done? No, I haven't looked at the point system at all, mate.
Okay, so what they're doing next season, and the reason I want to bring this up, it will be revealed in a moment, but so what they're now running is they're now running a sprint championship, which someone will win, then the enduro championship, which someone will win. Top 10 in the championship after those 2 runs go into a final series, similar to how NASCAR have their playoffs, where across 3 rounds they'll chip away to get the top 4 at the final round at Adelaide, and the top 4 will battle it out for the championship in that final round. So the winners of the sprint championship, the winner of the enduro championship gets automatic entry into that final series, and the rest of the 8 is determined by the championship order. The reason I bring this up, it'd be pretty interesting if we were able to figure out a way to do it in a 9-week season of SRW supercars on a Sunday night.
Oh, mate, you totally lost me ages ago in that whole conversation. But, look, why are they doing it? Because the races are getting boring. The cars are getting boring.
They're doing it so then the championship goes to the final round, them to try and make it interesting, which I can appreciate, them trying to make it more interesting and introduce something new. This is the first, like, new structural change to how the championship is run in a long time.
Yeah, look, it is. I'd have to deep dive into it a bit more than just the general conversation that we've had here, but we'll have a look. We'll have a geezer.
Well, Larko was the one that broke it down.
That no one else will try.
Yeah, like Larko broke it down very, very well. So he actually broke it down on the broadcast. But like the way that I thought it would work is you would go first 5 rounds is your sprint championship. The winner of the first 5 rounds gets automatic entry into the final. Then you have 2 enduros. Whoever gets the most points across both enduros gets automatic entry. And then your final 2 rounds, your top 8 in the championship go into... everyone else do races, by the way. It's not just the 8 drivers, but the top 8 goes into the second last round. And the top 4 after that second last round goes into the final round of the top 4 battle for the championship in the final round. So you're guaranteed to have 4 drivers battling it out for your championship in the final round.
Yeah, sounds interesting enough. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I thought, you know, I don't know if there's many other leagues that would try and implement it in supercars next season.
Well, look, there's many other leagues that can't really do what we do because we've just, I mean, you know, who does top 10 shootouts? You know, no.
Oh, aside from Scops and Pro Invitational, no one.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't do it. Who was the first to do it?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
We were one of the first. We were one of the first to do it regularly. So look, I don't know. It's all up there. We'll give it a good crack. I've got this file loaded up for you.
Very good.
It's one race, wasn't it?
It's one race, mate. 60 minutes.
And what time did the race start on the clock?
I don't know. Could not tell you. I wasn't there.
Oh, here we go.
Got the replay from Leaky.
Here we go. Race. Should be just about starting. Yes.
It's good.
All right.
All right. So qualifying is coming to an end in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a little bit of waffle for you here. At the moment, Dougie Gowans is sitting provisional pole position. Shane Ratcliffe's P2, Kyle Lavery P3, Tony Baker, Jamie Davis makes up the top 5. The top 9 cars are all pros at the moment, Sinker. Then it's Callan Hodgkinson leading the Pro-Ams. For the amateurs, that's being led by Brent Wassell out there tonight. So, you know, some interesting names for sure. Be interested to see how they go tonight. Unfortunately, Leaky couldn't race. He had to rocket around in the RC booth, but he should be back for round 2 next week. Get into the chat though, guys, if you are watching us as well, of course. We've had a couple more chats out there as well. I'm going to assume that person's name is Kyle. Slower cars equals closer racing. 100% it does. Jace Douglas out there with us as well. Great to have you out there with us, Jace. Anyone else who's watching as well. And if you're new, be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe, and the bell icon as well so you are notified whenever we go racing here. So much racing to come this season. So much racing to come over the next 8 weeks. One more race left to go in round 1 of the season, that being Sunday night's Warren and Brown Tools. We had Supercars Championship out at Long Beach. Going to be absolutely massive sprint round action for that one, and then round 2 starts next Tuesday night with more Supercars series action as well. Mark Cochran out in the chat. Great to have you out there, Mark Cochran, giving his love to Team Apex Esports League, who won the round for Legends World Challenger tonight. Andrew Rushworth won the round. His teammate Ryan Bunt finished P2, so those guys are already off to a flying start in that series as well. Sinker, how hard do you reckon these guys go tonight in this qualifying session?
Mate, I was a bit gutted that we didn't have it on last night. I was really pumped all day waiting for it. You know, I got a new driver in the team, 2 new drivers in the team, and really was keen to see how the boys went. And I got a rough breakdown of where they went, but you know what? I've totally blanked out of my brain. I've got no idea who finished where. So I'm super pumped for this. This is going to be pretty exciting. You know, there's 14 people watching. There should be at least 32 people watching. Drivers, hello. This is your race. Get down there, get your family out, sit on the couch. It's Friday night. Kick back and watch the race.
And come and have a yarn with us as well in the chat. You know, we want to be able to get you out there. We want to be able to get you on screen and watching your race and enjoying your race as well. The driver will be keeping an eye on as well tonight, Mr. Greg Barber. He's currently inside the top 7 in qualifying for Blackout OPR. He was a little bit gutted to lose his GTDs. I haven't got it turned on at the moment, because we were waffling for a little bit there.
No. I mean the SDK one in the background, the one that goes on the website, on the Facebook, on the page.
I didn't have it up yet on the overlays just yet.
No, not those ones in that place. The ones that everyone that we share with the viewers, the ones the viewers see with the time.
Yes, okay. I'll give them the live timing link so they can track it if they would like.
Because my live timing link's not working, is it?
It should be. Unless you need a new link. Oh, no, that's why, because it still has JP's signature on there. I never changed my signature. Hang on. Do not click on that one. I'm changing my signature.
Ooh, so everyone knows?
Yep. So disregard that last one. And you'll click on this second one, which has my signature on the end of it, not JP's. There we go.
That's a shit all on my diesel.
There it is. Can I delete my chat? No, I can't. Okay. As qualifying came to them.
My Mountain Franklin lime mineral water.
Lightly sparkling.
Lightly sparkling, man. All it's missing is a slosh of vodka in it.
Oh. We had Jason Douglas out there. Did you see Will Davison and David Reynolds crash qualifying? I did. That was absolutely wild. So if you missed it, Single, or if anyone else missed it, so very early in the qualifying session, David Reynolds cooked his car at the Dipper. He came across Skyline, down the hill, hit one of the curbs, and it unsettled the car and went straight nose first into the wall on the left-hand side. Later in the session, for the final lap, where they were attempting a lap in qualifying, Will Davison caught the sand that was on the road that they cleaned up the oil with and spun his car and collected the other wall on the other side of the Dipper at the same spot. Both of them were okay, though. They both went to get medically cleared. Nick Percat doing the gentlemanly thing, pulling over and actually make sure that Will Davison was okay at the end of the session as well. So a massive moment in that qualifying session. Was taken out, provisional pole was taken out by Matt Payne.
Nowhere near as spectacular as my buddy Mostert at the top of the mountain in the little four-cylinder neck beater.
Well, one of the MSR drivers actually nearly recreated Mostert's crash from a couple of years ago, about 10 years ago at Forest Elbow. So that was pretty scary. But starting grid for this race will be as follows, ladies and gentlemen. Dylan DeBono will start in pole position. Why are we set for pro? That's just wrong. We're going overall for this one here. Dylan DeBono will start pole position ahead of Doug Gowans P2 with Kyle Lavery P3. Tony Baker makes up the second row of the grid. Jamie Davis, Shane Ratcliffe make up the third row with David Gallo, Greg Barber making up the top 8. Matt Feely, Callan Hodgkinson, top 2 in the Pro-Ams. They will start P8 and P9 and P10 alongside each other with Daniel Byrne and Mark Cochran starting in behind. Wayne Edwards, Ryan Price will start on the 7th row of the grid with Ronald Allen and Dean Sinkovic on the 8th. Matt Keane and Cam Harwick make up the top 18 cars with Mitch Noble and Jake Edwards making up the top 20. Kevin Wakefield, Josh King make up the top 22 with Brad Mays and Brent Wassell up the top 24. With Chris Tomlin, Greg Johnston, Travis Nielsen, David Simmons, Sam Katakazinis, Brendan Nealon making up the rest of the grid. Ben Simpson not getting a time in qualifying. Husey, Sheaf and Leakey were our race controls for this race.
Yes, and please get rid of all that garbage under the screen so I can just have full screen.
I can't. That's not how it works anymore. Sorry, Sinker.
That just sucks a fat one.
I'm sorry. That's what happens.
Guns out, Grandpa Gallons is there. Who's ZYLE? How many lives will the pit lane claim?
I'm sure the pit lane. Yeah. Oh no, I thought it might just be Kyle with a 7 on the front of it. So I'm just going to claim it's Kyle.
16 viewers out there. We've got 1 like. Seriously, out of 16 people that are liking it, and you guys are watching your own race, you can't even bother to like it. Crikey.
You sound so, like, just expecting of them, Sinker.
Oh, dear me. Let's get this game running.
Dougie's giving himself some support in the chat. We love to see it. But, yeah, how many lives will the pit lane wall claim? 5. I don't know. 5 people will get claimed by the pit lane wall, I reckon. Lights are going to go up, though. We're about to find out. Racing for round 1 is about to begin here at Oran Park. 1 race to rule them all. 60 minutes. We are go here at Oran Park. Great start from Doug Gowans. Dylan DeBono has absolutely bogged it up off the line as Kyle Lavery looks to attack early here and towards turn 1. And they're going to go 4 wide. Sinker, this could be wild stuff already. 3 wide through turn 1. They managed to survive somehow, but there could be some chaos in the background if they're not careful.
That is some very nice driving there already to start off with. My boy sitting in third place. Oh, a bit of a bargy in the back end. Looked like a whole heap of Team SRW cars knocking each other out.
Yeah, giving each other a little bit of a kiss at the back end of the field, it seems. All led by Dean Sinkovic off that one.
Leave them alone for a minute, those guys.
You can't give them absolutely anything. Over the bridge they come now for the first time. DeBono leads to Gowans, Lavery, Baker in behind. Ratcliffe makes up the top 5. On board now with Dylan DeBono. And he is just rocketing up the field at the moment. He's got Gowans, his teammate, playing wingman at the moment, holding back Kyle Lavery as they come up towards the final sector of this track. And with 60 minutes to run, Sinker, they're looking a little bit feisty early on here. We may see some door banging just yet.
We may just yet. I'm I'm just looking at some of these new liveries, and some of these new liveries are looking very, very nice. I'm loving it.
I do like the Velocity SimLabs ones. They are very nice.
Not too shabby. I just thought I'd better update my SDK, my trading paints on my little screen, just to make sure that the boys are coming up all spick and span as well.
Brett Wassel in the chat. Got caught up in the first crash. Had to do a first step with wheel damage and a sideways steering wheel. That is not what you want early in a 60-minute race, Sinker, as Barbs is already in the wars slightly in the background. He's had a slight off track, it seems. Actually, where is he? He's still dropping spots. Is he off the track? He is. He's off the track and dropping spots is head of RC Greg Barber. Not the start he would want to his life in GR86s.
He I did have a sneaky peek to see what he was doing through the race, and he did okay. He didn't do too bad. He didn't do too bad at all.
Well, you still got your UI up, Sinky. You need a precious.
There, a bit excited too.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why.
You need a precious space bar.
I'm not sure why my here we go. It's finally caught up. No,
just like with the problem with Mitch Nobles, you haven't got your hide car numbers box ticked. So it doesn't show the Velocity SimLabs cars that have the custom numbers.
That to their cars, for Christ's sake. These people who design their liveries should have this stuff ticked already, shouldn't they?
Well, they want the numbers on the rear wing. It seems that's what they want. Yeah, that's me, number 188. So, it's Kyle Lavery. Sinker, you should know who Kyle is. It's your driver. That's who Seven Isle is.
Kyle.
Well, put 2 and 2 together. He's doing very well actually at this spot on track. P3 on the road, hasn't dropped or gained a position just yet, but hanging out with the leaders at the moment. So it seems that you've finally got another driver who can run at the front of the field other than Jamie Davis.
Well, this is true, mate. So we've got 2 at the front, 2 in the middle, 2 in the AMs. So actually 3 in the middle, 1 in the AMs, which is actually none in the AMs. They're all in the rest of them all the pro-AMs. So
that's just because you're not racing.
We've got 7 drivers at the moment, 9 drivers all up.
We've got the question: who do we think's winning the 1,000 on Sunday, Sinker? I think Will Brown and Scott Pye, to be honest with you. It's a very strong combination.
I want my favourite to win it, mate. Mustard.
Oh, I want my favourite to win. I want James Golding to win, but I don't think he will.
Yeah.
Old local boy James Golding. Shout out to Warrigal. As the Bono leads Dougie Gowns here at Warrigal, is where James Golding comes from, and I live a town away from Warrigal.
So I got my camera on Mr. Greg Barber's car down the back here. Is it the right car?
Should be, hopefully. It is the right car.
It's the right car, which is good. I'll avoid the Velocity cars. That way the boys won't go, oh, you got the wrong paints going on. But, you know, just got the wrong
all you got to do, Singer, is go into graphics and tick the hide car numbers box.
While I'm on Ninja, mate. I can't do it while I'm on Ninja.
You could if I just shut the double screen down for a minute.
Oh, well, then I've got to reboot the replay and catch up the right timing and everything.
No, it's in your actual graphics settings in your replay. You just open up your settings whilst the race is going on. Jace wants Lowndes and Murray to win. I wouldn't mind Lowndes winning an 8th and Murray getting his first. That'd be pretty cool. It'd be very rare, though, for a wild card to get it done. At the moment, it's DeBono. Gowns working together at the front end of the field. Let's find a close battle. We got Ratcliffe and Davis here through 1 and 2. So Davis trying to get a move done here on Ratcliffe. It feels like, I mean, Singer, with an hour to go, or a little bit under an hour now to go, 5 minutes into this race, they're starting to settle a little bit now before their first pit stop of the race, it seems.
Yeah, it looks like it. I want more carnage, mate. I wasn't expecting more carnage. What's going on? What am I ticking?
There's a box in the on your graphics settings. There's a box called Hide Car Numbers. It's on the bottom right. You'll tick that box, and it should load those cars with custom numbers on them. Just double check. You also have it. Just double check if there's also a box in the replay section as well.
anything for our lovely viewers.
Got to keep them happy. Got to keep them entertained. A bit further back, we got Chris Tomlin under major pressure right now from Greg Barber. They're trying to chase down new team SRW driver Travis Nielsen. The battle for P23 as well. Oh, Matty's letting us out a storm start.
He's not new.
Oh, is he not?
No, he's been with us for a while. He just went for a while. Travis used to race with us back when Brad Wall was involved in the business, and he's a family friend of Brad's, and he raced for us in the VA Supercars.
Oh, very interesting. Ben Simpson's had a spin at the top of the bridge, just backing it off the track, it seems. So he's going to let.
What Barbs is? I can see what Barbs was talking about today with the he said those guys in the middle of the pack just were fighting for sheep stations, and they do, mate, all the way through. Where there's no holding back. Where there's always fighting for sheep stations, no matter where you are.
You never get it for free.
Just go for it.
I mean, as someone who's done RC for this series, he should know how feisty these drivers are. I mean, they are willing to send it and block as much as possible.
I think he had a mind blow moment. He didn't realise how intense it was. If you look at this battle on screen, these boys are just going for it like you would not believe. That is a great little battle pack happening there.
They're having a great little ding-dong at the back end of the field, aren't they? And you know what? Barbers will be loving this right now. He loves just getting into some door-to-door action. The most fun he had last season in GTs was round 1 at Spa when he was in those door-to-door battles. And I mean, he will be absolutely licking this up right now, just really enjoying himself.
You know, I hear people say, it's a development car, this and that. I said, but you know what? It's so much more than that, because you can rub the doors up against each other. You can race it like a GT car. All right, you don't drive it like a GT car, but you can race it like a GT car. Yeah, you can get really close to each other. You get side by side. You get the over and unders. You're fighting for every bit of bitumen that you can find. And the boys do it here week in, week out. And look at it, middle of the pack, front of the pack. On both screens, you've got the front of the pack on the big screen, the middle of the pack on the bottom of the screen. And you can see that everyone is fighting for every bit of line.
I mean, these cars are really in a similar vein to the MX-5, but also the GT4 as well. You can battle door-to-door, you can battle wheel-to-wheel, nice and close. Not really worry about damaging your car too much unless you end up in the wall. But it just promotes great racing, and they're a very, very basic car, similarly to the GT4, similarly to the MX-5. And all three of them, you just get some phenomenal racing out there, Sinker, from some, at the end of the day, really basic cars, but sometimes basic cars lead to the best racing.
True. It's just that there's the discrepancy between pace, the amount of setup you can do on these cars. There isn't a great deal, so it's really driving style on the edge. The guys that are fastest in these cars are the guys who can drive these cars on the very, very edge of the car, like the very point where traction is being completely lost. The braking is nearly breaking up. So those are guys that are going to be the fastest in this car, and I guess that's why Ben Faulkner was so fast in it. He could drive this car on the very, very edge of the blade.
Yeah, I mean, you're literally trying to find the edge of grip, similarly to an open wheeler, but these things, sometimes you just don't want to turn. It just doesn't want to get in there. But again, it's just very, very basic, low grip, low aero, pure grunt from a low-powered engine, which means that you are trying to wring this thing for everything you can out of it, just to get the most out of the car across a whole lap and across a whole race as well. And I mean, 10 minutes in, we're getting some phenomenal racing already. What are they going to do for the next 50 minutes?
Wakefield giving it to Barbs at the bottom there.
He is serving it to him right now.
But he's got elbows out. He's driving like the old Dougie Gowans of old, big old guns out. Kevin's got his elbows out, bum cheeks out and everything. And here we go. He's finally having a crack trying to get on the inside. Will he outbrake him? Here comes Barbs.
Drag racing.
Kept giving it up. Kept giving it up too easy.
Oh, he has to. Eventually, he has to yield and just say, "Look, you can have it, Barbs. I'll try and come back here, or at least let you drag me forward a little bit as well." There has now been a change for the lead as this car's off in the background. Ryan Price, Mitch Noble off the road just before the bridge. Oh, could they
called that in?
Yeah, could they possibly only go for 10 minutes at a time, Sinker, before we get some carnage happening?
Sheafy's still waiting for Sinker to return to the racing. Oh, mate, I'm actually feeling the hunger more than ever.
I reckon a season 1 Tuesday night supercars return for you, Sinko. I reckon.
Oh, I'm going to return in some form of supercars. I will. Oh no, I don't. I love commentating it too much.
You can commentate it on the Sunday.
I love commentating it too much. I'll probably just come back for Formula 3s, and maybe just Formula 3s next season. I think that'll be just focus on one car for a little bit and have some fun. Ease back into it.
Or just like think about what the possibilities could be, Sinker, of you racing on the Tuesday in the supercars. We get not only the return to you on track, we get the return of Shibby in the booth with me as well.
Oh, it's been a long while before Shibby comes back.
Oh, dude, but that would be tantalising.
Yeah.
Very tantalising for a Tuesday night.
He's got a little bub growing very, very fast. Playing soccer again too, keeping fit, so he's doing well and a great job and being the boss man there, so he's doing really well.
Maybe we can coax him into coming to do the 500 with us at the end of the season as a one-off, you know.
I was just about to say, it looks like who's Barb's fighting with? Is that?
That's his
not
teammate.
fighting.
That's his teammate Jake Edwards. Barb's is leading his teammate Jake Edwards around at the moment at the back of the field.
Yep.
I mean, and what a week Jake has had. Tuesday night feature race, wins at Long Beach. Earlier tonight, feature race in Legends, nearly won. Feature race again before he unfortunately got involved in an incident that gave Andrew Rushworth the win. Like, this guy has been on absolute fire thus far this week. We'll see if he can put all the pieces together here as well for the GR86s. As Davis is still trying to chase down Shane Ratcliffe. And he seems to be holding him up a little bit here, Sinker, as the top three are starting to pull away from them now.
Yeah. It looks like Jamie and Jamie's behind Ratcliffe, and Ratcliffe is actually doing. Oh, they're so close in pace. It's ridiculous, man. It's on the timing tower. It's like 1500ths. That's how close their pace is at the moment. So these guys have been off the back of each other for a while. But the front, Dougie Gowans and Dylan DeBono, it better not be like this all season.
I mean, imagine it was the Battle of Velocity Sim Labs. You take away from Ilian, and all of a sudden, you got inter-team battles happening! Oh my God, that nearly ended in absolute tears for Davis and Ratcliffe.
Looks like Ratcliffe squeezed him out a bit too much then.
Trying to get it done up his inside at turn 2 is Davis. Side by side, run down towards turn 3. If these guys come together, Baker's going to take advantage.
Oh, he's trying to close the door a bit early there.
Ooh.
Oh, someone yell out to Ratcliffe if he needs to leave space.
Yeah, he can't just, cut across the nose like that. We love a bit of door-to-door, but it needs to be within the rules. He's trying to hold him back from catching up to his teammates, but there is a limit at some point. Cannot over-defend. Luckily for him, though, he's not using more than 2 moves down the straight. Ron Allen out there as well. Good to see if you're watching. Great to have you out there with us, Ron. Ash DeVries, park the dogs, get the bus. Of course, miss aligning that. Maybe get the dogs, park the bus. Which is what Shane Ratcliffe's doing right now. He is parking the bus on Jamie Davis. He's really playing a 5-back in a race where you'd probably want to be playing a bit of a 4-3-3 formation, Singer, just trying to fight your way up forward.
Yeah. I think you need to get the banners done for this car and the number blocks as well, because
not all drivers have their number on the side of the car. The velocity cars have them on the rear wing. It's on the rear wing.
No, I'm sorry, they're going to have to change that.
Well, that's a conversation you can have with them. I'm not dealing with that because they're not my team. So,
I think that's where the logo goes for one of the sponsors on top of the number, doesn't it? Anyway,
no, I don't know. I think window banners would still do the job.
Once you figure out and you do all the banners and get them sorted, and so we can get them all on top of the cars, because Shannon's would love to see Shannon's right across the top of the window there.
I think it'll look really, really good across the front window.
Yeah. But the cars are looking good. A lot of bounce out of Jamie's car. He's set up at the front end. Have a look at it compared to...
It's very, very loose on the front. Very, very loose on the front end.
Loose on the front. I don't know how he's driving that. Watch it come across here. Look at it, bouncing.
He's running a real soft front end setup on this car, it seems.
Maybe just to get the turn in a bit better.
Quite possibly. I mean, it could also be just because of the change of undulations for certain corners. Some corners are more off camber than others as well.
He's doing a lot of free-wheel action.
He's trying to send it. Here's Jamie Davis as he rockets up this. Oh, I see Ratcliffe still holds that inside line. He's got the defensive acumen into turn one perfected as Ratcliffe, and he's able to hold him back here, but he's also got Baker and Gallo sniffing down his neck too. So if these guys come together, Baker and Gallo, they're going to take advantage and just stroll on past him if he's not careful.
Yeah. Good to see if you're watching. Ron Allen, mate, there's always people watching. The days of struggling to get numbers, have been getting numbers at the end of last season, around 50 people on average for the last few rounds. And the season started off really strong with, Davis getting a bit of waggle out there. Really strong with an average of 30 across all series. So I'm not surprised there's 24 out there tonight on a Friday evening. The boys are all sneaking away from their wives in bed watching TV and having a little quick look on the YouTube, and just get it up on your phone and pretend you're lying down sleeping and watch it on the phone.
We hope you are enjoying the Friday.
I'm going to switch this camera out. I was going to switch this camera out.
Can if you would like.
To Matty Keane. Matty Keane's a driver that was with us back in the very, very early days, and he's made his debut back after a while away. So let's have a look at him. How's he going? Because he's got a great little battle going on there with Pricey and Roland Allen, who's just Matty Keane has just passed him. Oh, they're having a great little ding dong there. Pricey's trying to get back in front again. And, the M1 Racing, that's looking really cool in that car. That's Ronald Allen driving in the M1.
I'm pretty sure Ron raced last season, didn't he, in the 8.6s, and
he did. Ron
really being the sole driver for them, whilst his teammates race in another league on a Thursday night. So
he's a good, exceptional driver last season, and Pricey's got a slightly different livery this season again. He just seems to change them like socks, Pricey.
He's running as a privateer, so he doesn't really have a team boss to.
Yeah. I want to come race for SRW. He's got the makings of a good driver. He just needs a bit of people around him and talk to him. Is that
why he's not coming to race in SRW?
Oh, he'd probably stay in the Comedy Lounge anyway. I know if I came back racing, I'd be in the Comedy Lounge too. I wouldn't go into the team lounge because I'd be too destructive. But how good's that Mr. Lavery's car?
There's been an absolute pile up round there involving Pricey. I just saw it in the background.
Saw the smoke as well.
Yeah.
What happened? That was Keane and Pricey?
Yeah, it was. Pricey and Allen it was. Fortunately, we can't go to the replay because we're on a replay broadcast, and that would completely ruin our lineup of the timing.
Pricey will race with me. Back off, Sheefy.
Yeah, he's going to go join VRT, who are just claiming all the drivers, it seems.
Well, it seems like it's a split between SRW, VRT, and Velocity. Fighting to see who can have more cars on track.
It's just going to become Velocity Racing World at some point, it seems. Andrew Rushworth out there. Good evening, Hamish and Sinker. Just came from watching the Legends replay. Hope you enjoyed the replay, Andrew. It was a great race. A series that I hope to see Sinker in once he gets his rig set up, because I reckon you'd absolutely have a ball in it, Sinker.
I would have a ball in it. I remember we raced them in the those particular cars in the ovals when we had our wacky Saturday nights, and it turned out to be a instead of a race, it turned out to be basically a what do you call it when you smash each other up?
Oh, demo derby.
Demo derby, yeah, it ended up a demo derby.
Also,
we just ended up trying to launch each other over the fence.
Dougie's just pointed out as well, we will leave our numbers as they are, Mr. Sinker, so he's answered for Velocity at this point.
Well, at this point, as the league owner, we'll discuss that offline.
Kimmy in the chat, Velocity Sim Lab absolutely dominating. Well, I mean, it's not that surprising that they are Sinkovic, because they were one of the top 2 teams last season alongside Vermilion Motorsports. Without Vermilion Motorsports out there, all of a sudden Velocity SimLab, like the cream, rises to the top and just absolutely is dominating at the front end. I mean, 3 cars in the top 5.
The only thing that rises to the top. Fat rises to the top as well.
This is true.
Yeah.
Apparently, Price is saying I hear.
Yeah, what Price is doing right now? He's got a bidding war going. He's he's actually teasing all open parties out there, trying to get himself into a new team.
I'll tell you what, Infinity Motorsport wouldn't mind getting a GR86 driver out there, Pricey.
Oh dear me, he's having a great little battle there at the moment with Mr. Barber at the moment. So admin after admin, and being chased by one of my boys, Joshua Kidd, and then Jake Edwards, Bradley Mays, Brett Wazzle, and Kevin Wakefield. So they're nice and tight across the back. Across the front, it's a velocity show at the moment, but Kyle has not left them alone. He's sitting 6/10 all the way through, following them from top to bottom. So he's putting the pressure on. Oh, that looks like Jamie's gone offline again.
Oh, but there's also been a moment at the front end of town as well. Who was that went off the track? Was that Brendan Nielsen, or Nealon, has gone off the track down at the final corner, back online now. Something's happened between them, Sinker. Maybe the leaders have been involved, I don't know. But Kyle Lavery has now gotten past Dylan DeBono. There was some lap traffic there. They looked to be a little bit skittish as the leaders came up to them. There might have been a coming together between some of them, possibly.
Might have been a back marker in the way or something. There we go.
That's what it appears to be. Matthew Keen's in pit lane.
Okay. Car 3-3, nose to rear contact. 338. So that's Matty Keen got nose to rear contact with Ryan Price early on in that incident that we saw the smoke in the background. So Matty Keen got a drive through for that one.
That would explain why he's also just coming to pit lane as well to serve that penalty. Yeah. So Matty Keen coming in to serve his penalty for being a naughty boy out there.
The bottom, he's having a go. Oh,
just
he's on the inside of Price. He's pushed him out wide. His man handled him. Price has got his elbows out and come back online. But Barbie's got... Oh! And not only did Barbs get past, but his teammate squeezed through as well. That was a cheeky little move by Jake. Jake was like, oh, while you're out there, I'm going to have a go as well. But now behind him is Josh King sniffing out the back of Mr. Price. See, Pricey, you need teammates around you to help you, mate. This is the problem. You're on your own, and you've been taken advantage of.
It's just the BOPR way.
Kyle's saying back marker got in Dylan's way, if I recall, so snuck past. Yes, it was a nice move there, mate. Normally just turns up to races. I don't scout drivers. You race this season, Jace. Oh, I missed that.
Sheevy's just asking if Jason is racing this season, which I don't think he is. He hasn't signed up to Tuesdays this season, but said he will be returning for season 1 next year of 2025. So,
yes.
Before you know it, those things, I mean, we'll be at the end of season 4, getting ready for Christmas, getting ready for setting up for season 1 next year as well. What are you hoping to get?
I'm already working on stuff for 2025 already. So this is because it just goes so quick, man. It just goes so quick. I feel like we just started season 3 not too long ago, and it's already gone and dusted.
It feels like we started season 1 not that long ago.
I tell you what, though, anyone out there who wants a decent driver, Pricey is a good man to have on your team. He just needs a little bit of tutelage out there and get him out of the lounge so he's focused a bit more on racing than taking the piss out of Dean and Greg.
But that's the best thing, because then he distracts them.
Pricey.
I feel like Nostradamus.
Feels like Nostradamus. Oh my God. Have a look at this battle between Jakey Edwards on the bottom screen and Greg Barber. They are going for it like crazy. I'm just going to switch the focus from Pricey, Hamish, to Greg Barber because they're having a great old time there.
Allen as well. He's got a bit of space between him and that battle between Barbs and Edwards at the moment.
Who's driving the Red Bull?
That'll be Ben Simpson, who's driving the Red Bull. He's pulled over to the side of the road to let these guys pass. So.
Yep.
is unfortunately gone 15 laps down at this point on the entire field. As Mr. Ben Simpson, so he's been in the wars, it seems.
I know, I miss you too, Pricey. I do miss. Every time I do commentating, I always look to see who's in the lounge, because that's where all the fun started. That's why me and Dean, bought the league off Bubbles, and thought it was a community worth saving, and lo and behold, 150 drivers, 500 on the books, 150 drivers registered for a season, 500 on the books, like past and present, and everyone's having a blast and loving it, and so you should be. That's what it's about.
I mean, there's so much more to come in season's future, of course. We are just firing in all cylinders at the moment. I mean, I know we cut down, on 6 championships twice this year now. We've gone from 6 down to 5, and then from 6 back to 5 again. And I mean, we're just having a good time with it, aren't we? Getting some great racing out there, showcasing some phenomenal talent. Just having a good time whilst doing it as well. I mean, that's all you can ask for at the end of the day, isn't it?
Oh, look, it's exactly what it is. I've always said it's got to be fun. Otherwise, there's no point doing it. But once it's not fun, then I'll step back a bit more. But you know what? It's a blast. I love it. I love doing it. I'm setting up the new home. I'm gonna get a chance to set up a proper man cave with a proper studio and everything like that, and green room and the whole shebang. So look out for some more fun stuff coming on board as we get there. But again, the show is on screen. It's these boys battling it out. Mr. Gowans and De Bono are sitting there, and they've got an SRW sandwich going on. They've got Kyle top and tail at the moment, and having a bit of fun with him.
We're edging closer and closer to the halfway point of this race, Single. We should expect pit stops to be a regular occurrence fairly soon. Should only be a one-stop affair here tonight.
You can sort of tell when we get close, because in the 86s, when you get close to pit stop, all the times seem to spread out.
Yeah.
There's not as many really tight battles going on. But as I mentioned that now, Brent Wazzle, which I'm going to switch to, has got himself a great little battle going on with a couple of the boys. And they should be...
De Bono side by side with Lavery into turn 1. Too wide they come through. De Bono trying to get it done. Lavery looked for the switchback, trying to get a run down towards turn 3. Not quite quick enough off the exit this time by. Battle will continue on at the 29th minute of this race. 24 laps thus far, Sinker. We're upcoming on the 25th. And this race is, I mean, it is becoming a proper endurance affair for them. Many laps they're having to run. Sam in the chat, this feels like deja vu. Sam, how do you think the Vets drivers feel? 3 of their splits are on replay across the weekend as well. It always feels like deja vu for me on a Saturday.
Yeah. Just as we picked the fight, then down there, they started their pits. So Brent Wazzle and Josh King are both gone in for their first pit stops. We are on lap
24, about to be 25 for the leaders.
25. So these boys have gone in. So they're the first of the pit stoppers. Let's see if anyone else will go in. We've already had Sam Kagazinos go in. Dean's been in as well. So
Sam came in on lap 1. He'll need another stop for sure.
Yeah, Pricey came in at lap 22, so he snuck in at one point. Dean went at lap 3, obviously incident. Tomlin at lap 10, and Greg Johnson at lap 20. So I think Johnson was playing a bit of poker there, and trying to get a bit of a undercut going on.
Well, I mean, Simpson came in on lap 3, but he's been in twice. He's been in the absolute wars. He was in there for a 14.5-minute stop. So he'd obviously used his fast repair very early and then had to deal with the repercussions of that. Travis and Nielsen came in on lap 8 as well. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's what sucks when you're learning how to drive these sort of cars, because
and he nearly
lose your fast repair and it's all over Red Rover.
Oh, he nearly took out the leaders then.
I've got 784 download and 44 upload at the moment. Lovely.
Oh, good job.
Pretty much everything running off wireless as well, mate.
Oh, imagine what it would be like with a Cat 6 blue cable plugged into the back of it as well.
Cat 6 is running the iRacing. That's it. The rest of it, all my other screens are all on wireless. Loving it. Loving it.
Have you bought a gaming modem yet, Sinko?
Oh, yeah, I have. I've got the top of the line Asus.
I also bought an Asus as well. Does very, very good.
Very, very, very impressed with it.
You know what?
Very
It works exceptionally well backpacking off a regular Telstra modem too.
Well, I've got mine
to run the cable through.
Well,
this house unfortunately doesn't have one.
The whole house.
Yeah, this one unfortunately doesn't have that, so it can't. But my regular house has got that.
Loop yet. I haven't got a Super Loop yet. Pricey. I'm waiting because I've just moved house. I'm still with IINet, which is Internode. But they've
Aussie broad.
So I was going to dump them.
Aussie broadband has been exceptional, I must say. Their support alone, incredible.
Yeah,
absolutely
incredible. But
we'll
be going to Super Loop. Definitely, we'll be doing that in the coming weeks. But I've got Cat 6 for the whole house, Hamish. So I'm very, very happy with that.
Has that all run up through your walls as well, Sinko? Or
yep. Every room for video feed as well as data. Very nice.
DeBono in the lane, so he comes in, catches Lavery out. He has to stay out with Gowans. So we are well into pit stop period now, Sinko. And well, the question is, when do the leaders come in? When does Gowans and Lavery come in? Is DeBono going to be able to undercut his own teammate here? As Gallo, Davis, Burnham, Felia also in, as well as Katakazinas is in as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be the plan.
Oh, Matty, Aussie broadband, phenomenal. They're located not too far away from where I'm based, and yeah, their support centre that you just call up is
Cochrane's
phenomenal.
In. I mean,
Edwards is in.
Gallows is in. Yep. Davis is in as well. Burn. Edwards.
So DeBono's now exiting pits. He comes out in behind Mitch Noble. He's got Barbs coming up on him as well, who needs a pit stop. Edwards also needs one. Gowans is coming into the final sector. So will he pit on this lap? It was a 15-second pit stop for DeBono, 49-second pit lane travel, so it should be about a loss of 20-odd seconds. Although it was about a loss of 41 seconds to Gowans.
Lavery's in.
Yep.
All right, let's see who comes around. Where is
keep an eye on DeBono. He's on the bridge. Well, that's what you get for living in the middle of nowhere, Sheafy.
Go Starlink, mate. I would definitely. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. They've got everything I've read on them. We're gonna get Starlink for our events stuff. At the moment, we're using Telstra for our event stuff, but we'll probably switch it over to Starlink at some point.
So DeBono around the final corner. Gowans is still in the box here. That was Noble who's just come into the lane. Gowans is now exiting pits. Where is DeBono? Will he see him come up the inside? No, Gowans remains in the lead. Lavery remains ahead. No, he doesn't. DeBono got him.
He just tucked inside him.
Worked an absolute treat for them across that pit stop. Baker's come out P4. Ratcliffe P5. Gallo Byrne P6 and 7. So the Carlins boys together again. Feely P8, Cochrane P9, Barber in the top 10, but he is in the pits. And now promotes Keane up inside the top 10, but he also needs to stop. So Wayne Edwards will be inside the top 10 as of Matty Keane's pit stop here. What has happened to Jamie Davis? Where is he? He's back in P19, Sinker. He had a long stop. I reckon he's copped himself a speeding and pit penalty because he had a 53-second stop.
He must have. He must have. I don't remember. I remember him saying he had an incident, but I didn't want too much details because I didn't want to, spoil the fun on the show.
Well, that's now taken him well out of contention for now. Only a safety car could really bring him back into it. Have to be timed perfectly as Baker is under major pressure right now from Ratcliffe as they try and get past Greg Johnston here, the lap traffic. Hopefully he doesn't play bad fellows with them and gives them an inch more so than a mile Oh my God. Ratcliffe sent it on him then.
The way that car front end bounced across the track then, I thought he was going to lose it. That was very, very close. I'm going to switch this screen around a bit.
No worries, mate.
Matty Coon is in the pits now.
He is, so is Ron Allen. Oh, no. Ron Allen just absolutely edged me on that one. He just traversed past the lane entry there. Sinkovic is also in. So final couple of pit stops coming our way at this point in time, which means, which I've just noticed as well, Barb's is in a genuine P13 position right now, Sinko, and he is trying to chase down Mitch Noble, who's 4 seconds up the road from him at the moment.
Interesting. Interesting. Where do you go with the cameras at the moment, mate? Where do you go? Is there anyone wants to see out there?
I reckon, I mean, Ron Allen and Mitch Noble, they're having an absolute ding-dong. I reckon you place it there, and I reckon I keep an eye on this battle between Baker, Ratcliffe, and Gallo, because this is the battle for P4. These guys are absolutely rocketing down towards turn 1. A big gap between them and Kyle Avery, 10 seconds up to the battle for the top 3. That doesn't really seem like it's heating up just yet.
Cars around is ridiculous.
They're absolutely sending it right now, and you love to see it, especially on a Friday night delight like this.
Have a look at him, almost 3 wide, 2 wide. Got someone tucking in from behind.
Hey, Ron Allen in the chat. I normally watch the replay Friday Arvo to see the race from the outside, but it's good having it on this time. So he's liking the later replay broadcast on a Friday night, Sinko.
Hey, you can always so they're on 9:30. It's always on in the,
this is
in
true.
the selection.
This is true. You don't have to watch it in the Arvo. You could watch it late at night. You know, have a beer, have a wine, whatever is your preference.
Ronald Allen came in a bit stiff there, lost the front end, and Mitchie Noble sort of banged him as he went through. But he's in a bit of a sandwich now.
That could have been picked apart so wrong.
Yeah.
As Tony Baker, last season's winner of the Legends World Challenge, Tony Baker, won himself a free season of SRW this season, Sinko, which anyone else out there can win themselves if they were to race on the Friday night. He's in a great battle right now with Shane Ratcliffe and David Gallo. So Ratcliffe has, he's starting to feel the pressure now of actually getting defended by someone, and well, maybe we'll see how he feels about it. Ron in the chat, I was a privateer last series, only joined the M1 team for this season, so he's only just joined them after running around as a privateer last season as well.
That is correct.
Price is well saying they don't get the opportunity. What was that, sorry?
Ron, you did some training with Ben Faulkner?
I'm not sure about that one, but
I think it was. I remember there was a conversation in the chat about getting some tutelage.
Oh yes.
Because I know that Ron had an excellent season last season. And
he did.
He's,
I saw where he was in the standings. He ran an incredible season, did Ron Allen. Pricey saying they don't get to talk to us during the live broadcast. You know, they only just get to watch it back and then hear you and JP or you and I waffle on without the actual driver's input mid-race. I suppose in Pricey, what that would happen is if we got a second split of 8.6s or a second split of SFLs, the second split would get the benefit of actually chatting to the commentators live on the broadcast.
We're generally talking to other people, mate. There's usually, see, when you guys are racing, there's usually 30-odd people watching as well. So we're getting family and friends talking to us and asking us about drivers and this and that. So it's not like we're bored in here. Let me tell you, we're getting a lot of conversation with the viewers out there, which is really special. I mean, if you did it on TV, you just wouldn't have that, would you?
No, you wouldn't. And you know what? Some drivers as well, we don't recommend you do this, but some drivers actually drive around with their phone in their hand and will chat to us on the straight.
Ronald Allen's got him on the inside.
Too wide.
Bottom screen.
Down to turn 1. Oh my God. What a great move.
Ronald Allen has thought better of that and thought, no, you can go. I'm going to stick around and fight for another day because that's the way he drives it.
That's right. 19 and a half minutes left. Why battle that now and risk my own race? You know, let's just have a nice little, good little battle. Continue this on and try and chase you down. It's a great mindset to have.
Ratcliffe and Gallo on the back of Tony Baker are having a great old tussle, aren't they?
They are. They are just absolutely sending it in behind him right now. They're not willing to give up anything.
Is Gallo going to have a sniff here?
Ooh, he's he going to have a sniff? No, he's going to back out of it for the
he's a
moment.
bit too far off. Bit too far off.
Look at the gain he gets under brakes on him, though. He just gets him right at that final moment.
Where are we at with everyone else? At the front, we've got DeBono and Gowans. Again, 1 and 2. Gowans leading the race off. Don't know if Gowans or DeBono won this. I can't remember, to be honest.
We'll find out in about 18 and a half minutes' time, Sinker, who wins. So
yeah, well, this is true. Kyle is going to be Mr. Consistent this year, like he was last season as well. He'll be in the top 3 or 4, and that means at the end of the season he'll be there and thereabouts. Got to get Jamie to get up there and these two to drive as a team, so that when they get in a situation like DeBono and Gowans up against Lavery, he needs to have that support up there as well.
Yeah. No, that's exactly right. I mean,
their Velocity are a very good team driving team.
The
other ones that really stand out as good team drivers in this series are the Carlin boys. They know what to do as well. Gallo and Byrne, have you look at them? They're always 1 and 2.
Oh, Allen's off the track.
Allen's just taking a bit of a squeezy off to the side.
Not what you want down at the bottom of the hill.
No, not the right spot for it. He's in a little bit of the way of dirty tyres at the moment.
And Hodgson's trying to get past him here. Will they tangle? Oh, Hodgson had a massive wiggle there, being forced to take the shallower line. That cost him the run.
The left foot accelerating.
Yeah, of course, left foot accelerating. Running around with that left leg as Greg Johnson. David Simmons, I think it is, actually has to give up position here to those drivers. So now continues around here as the front pack are still battling on here. Lap 35 of this race. 43 minutes into it, 17 to go, Sinker. And I spoke about earlier tonight on the Legends that you get into those little awkward stages of the race where it's kind of separated into thirds. The first third of the race, you might get a bit of chaos. You'll get some really hard pushing to make up spots. Then you'll get into the midpoint, the middle 20 minutes or so, where everyone's trying to get to the pit stop. Everyone's trying to get to the end of the race. Then you get that final 15 or 20 minutes where they really start hounding each other. And that's where the battles start to come. And that's when you start to get some massive moments happening in races. But it's also when you're the most tired because you're at the end of the race and you've been trying to conserve your energy the whole time. And if you haven't, you could see yourself off the edge of the track or even in the weeds somewhere as well.
100%. 100%. I just got a bit stargazed looking at these boys, the way they're driving. Some of the passing on the brakes is so close. Even Gowans and DeBono, just two teammates, they're risking a fair bit with some of the moves they're doing. It's quite risky the way they're driving, because all it's going to take is one little error can take both of them out.
Well, you know what? I reckon it comes down to they have faith in each other that they can race wheel to wheel and not take each other out. This is probably by them practicing a lot together, racing wheel to wheel together a lot, and again, building that faith, building that presence of mind up, knowing that I can race wheel to wheel with Dylan or I can race wheel to wheel with Doug, and no, we're not going to hit each other, but we can still try and push each other along, so we're not holding each other up, we're not dragging someone else into the battle. Even though Kyle is right hot on their tail, they're still racing at full pace, which is incredible stuff, and a very, very difficult thing to find with someone else in the field as well. That's what's important about being in a team. If you're in a team and you're both at a similar pace, you want to be able to race wheel to wheel together where you know you can't crash into each other because you're going to hinder each other.
Example is Cochran and is Gallo and Byrne in these cars.
Exactly.
Always one is in front of the other, always, and they do so well together. You see the strategy behind their driving is sensational.
I mean, you look at the supercars. You look at some of the fishy boys like Whiting and Delaney, or even like Rehan and Will Brown. Guys like that who are of similar pace, but they can race wheel to wheel with each other, but work together as well. It's incredible stuff. As Simpson, that was towing. Simpson in the wall, right on the pit entry. He's stuck in the wall. Could this be a safety car?
Who's that on the back too?
Yeah, that's Ronald Allen off the track and Callan Hodgkinson.
And Ronald Allen. Safety car's been called.
Oh my God! Wow, wowee!
What's he done? Has he hit the wall on the way in, has he?
It looks like he has. We unfortunately can't go to replay because we have got the double screen going and it would ruin the lineup of it, but it appears Ben Simpson has backed it into the wall. Possibly a mistake at the final corner. It's a very dangerous spot for that car to be parked.
Rotated around and backed into the wall. Yep.
So safety car's been called. It'll most likely join the circuit once Gowans and DeBono come around. This is really going to leave us now, thinking, with a 10-minute sprint to the end, and everyone is going to be bunched back up together. So all of a sudden, this gap that the top three have made, they're now going to have Baker, Ratcliffe, Gallo, Byrne, Feely, Cochrane, Edwards right on their tail. If these guys make a mistake, they'll be ready to pick up the crumbs.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting.
Very, very interesting.
DeBono's quick. DeBono's very good off safety car restart. Is he going to be able to take Gowans out? Is Gowans going to be smart at this?
Wait, how is Gowans commented from Discord?
He's in bed. No, he's not in Discord. He's in Discord.
He's commented from Discord. He must be watching. He must be watching.
He's in bed
Discord.
watching it and hiding from the wife.
He must be watching in Discord somehow. How has he done that?
He's probably watching your view.
No. You know what it might be? It might be like maybe the live broadcast and announcements. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is weird. I've never seen that before. Doug, tell us your secrets, please. It's such a hard track to pass on those things. It really is. I mean, you really only have 2 or 3 passing opportunities around here, unless you can force the door open. I mean, really, it's really only into turn 1, 2. If you can get the run out turn 2, turn 3, and then, I mean, if someone makes a mistake up at I think it's the 3rd last corner before the right, left, and then the final corner at the left, so the one before those.
You need to be right up the clacker.
You do.
Literally all the time.
Yeah.
You really do. That's the only way, and it's just if you can get the nose in, stick it in and leave it in until you get the pass completed.
Well, I mean, like these cars, because there's, they're low powered, there's not that much discrepancy from a poor run compared to a good run out of a corner. So compared to a supercar, for example, if someone has a poor run out of a corner, you can tell they've had a poor run out of the corner, where if they've had a really good one, you can tell they have. Yeah. So often at times, corner exit overtakes are possible in the supercar. It's hard to get them done in these cars because there is such a small percentile between poor and good run, outside of obviously bogging it completely down and being almost parked on exit. And a general run, it's nigh impossible to really tell how much difference there is between a poor and a good run. And majority of the time, you don't get as good of a run compared to their poor run to actually set up the pass at the end of the straight. It's super, super tough and super tight to get it done.
The question I'm going to ask is, who's going to win it?
I think Doug will.
You think Doug's going to be the?
I think since Dylan did the double on Wednesday, he's going to give it to his wingman Doug, and they're going to try and get a championship apiece in SRW this season, and they're going to try and focus on Dougie winning 8.6s, where Dylan will focus on winning SFLs, since he hasn't done it yet.
I will not hear the end of it if they win both these.
Hey, we'll see.
Imagine that.
We'll see him in supercars next season, and they'll be trying to win all 5.
Actually, Bono can drive the supercar. He's no slouch in it at all. At all. Yeah, no, he can drive it.
So we've got some wave rounds to do.
He's done really well.
Of course, got our safety car driver out there, Tyler Sheaf. Hard of hearing, but good at driving is Sheafy. So we are driving around going who or what as cars come past him.
Doing the overlaps right now.
Sheafy pulling the Hughesy in chat. Geez, that's a good safety car driver. What do we rate the RC team? Is it an elite RC team this week, Sinker, since Hughesy's not in there?
Is it an elite team?
He always likes to claim it is when he is in there. Actually, no, he is in the RC team this week. Oh, that ruins it, actually.
Your backup person, your elite
well,
RC.
He's not. He's in there this week, actually, so that kind of ruins it for me. But
look, he does a good job. He does a great job. We're lucky to have a really good RC team. I think complaints against the RC team is probably it's an all-time lowest. So
Does that say more about RC or more
Actually,
about who's
this
in the
season-
league?
This season, just so the drivers do know, this season the video that we do of the decisions will be available to the public once the drivers that are involved in the incident have viewed it and the discussion's finished on it. Then it will be actually open for everyone to see, so people can see how the incident was adjudicated, what the factors were, how they came to the decision. So it's a pretty cool thing to learn and to watch. We'll have them all available to members, and they'll be part of our private YouTube section.
It'll be a way for you guys to see more about and understand how you won't see the conversation that we have in the ticket reviews, because you'd get like a 20-minute video of us discussing why this person or this person should or shouldn't get a penalty, but you'll get a better understanding of how we explain why they're getting it or why we think they're getting it in that little discussion, and you'll get a better understanding of that and who's involved in those decisions being made. I won't be involved. All the angles,
all the aspects of
exactly
how we come about the decisions, all the angles we use, we don't just use the front camera, back camera, use the top camera, use the inside cockpit, left, right, everything. We take a look from every angle as possible, and we do debate it. We get narky at it. I'm usually the one who starts the arguments.
Really? You start the arguments, Sinker? Who would have thought that?
Well, I'd like to explore all angles and make sure that we cover all bases, yeah. And especially if something is not cut and dry, I tend to be the devil's advocate, which is good because it takes the discussions to the next level, and it really brings it out to a finer detail.
Well, not just finer detail, just make sure that we tick all the boxes and get right on there.
And we really try to do the best possible thing we can in each decision, and believe me or not, the amount of data we do get, it's still not enough to sometimes make a decision where we are comfortable that we made the right one, and that's when NFA will happen, where there's not enough blame either way, and we don't have enough data
or we can't come to a unanimous decision as well.
Yeah, we can't create a penalty. We've got the rules to work within, and that's it.
Yeah, so he's watching on his telly, but he's commenting in Discord. Is Dougie? So I don't even know how you're commenting on Discord, Mr.
Dougie. I actually said to the missus, should I move my studio for broadcasting into the theatre room? And she looked at me in disgust and said, no.
I agree with your wife on this one, Singer. I'm going to be honest.
I've
got to agree with your wife on this one here. We keep a professional outfit. I know, but you'll be looking at the top screen and the bottom part of the screen.
This is the longest safety car we've had in ages, Chiefy. How slow are you around this bloody track, mate?
I'm going to point out...
We've got any time left for the race?
We've got about 5 minutes left. I'm going to point out this is not the longest safety car period I've ever witnessed. If you guys want to see that, then you need to watch my broadcast tomorrow for Vets. It goes for like 8 laps.
Oh my
it was interesting, very interesting. So, but no, you'll be able to hear my comments, Scott Gamble's comments as well. He's often good, actually, is Scott, for some insight, especially as a driver. I mean, he's such a quick driver, Sinker, and he really he breaks it down so well.
Is Gamble part of the Fishy crew?
No, he's a 9.5 Sim Sports driver with Sean McNamara. Yeah, formerly of ERT and formerly of WKMP Sim Sports, as safety car has pulled away.
Yes, it has.
So we'll be going racing once again very, very shortly with Dougie Gowans controlling the field for the first safety car restart of the season.
What are we saying? It's 1:14 a lap. We have
about 5 laps. I'd say 5. As he has gone green. Oh no, we got 5. Just under 5 minutes to go. Maybe 4 or 5 laps left in this race. As we rocket down towards...
Big debate.
Oh. As we run through turn 1, can they keep it clean off the restart? Looking pretty good at the moment. Sinking through 2 as well.
Yep, look at that group of cars.
Couple of 2 wide door banging happening in the mid-pack, but what else could you expect off a restart here? They're trying to pick off any edge that they can. Edwards is off the track. Catacasinos as well is trying. So is Callum Hodgson trying to hang out with him too. So a little bit of biffing and barging early doors here off the restart, Singer, but with about 4 minutes to go, it is Dougie Gowans in control. Dylan DeBono in P2, Kyle Lavery P3, Tony Baker P4, Shane Ratcliffe makes up the top 5. 3 different teams make up the top 5 positions at the moment, 3 of them being Velocity SimLabs drivers. As Cam Hardwick's had a moment in the background as well. He's in the wall hard for VSL, and he is stuck there. We may be getting a tow happening here, Sinker, with 3.5 minutes to go.
He's requested a tow.
Yep.
He has requested one.
Don't forget Hamish, I won the V8 AMS Championship and promptly retired. Lol. I don't recall you racing in V8s, Dougie. When did you race in V8s? If it was last year, I won't know because I didn't commentate on V8s last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
Okay, well that's why. That's
Tow's been allowed to tow.
Okay.
Mr. Hardwood.
So yeah, that would be a thing for Shibby to remember,
back
not for me.
Right down the back is pretty much. Mr. Johnson's taken an inside line of Mr. Sinkovic there, pushed him out wide, and Mr. Edwards, Wayne Edwards, has taken the advantage of him. They went so far wide, it looked like they were going to go to the pits from the opposite side. But everything seems to be going a bit like a, I don't know, snow trail.
Ratcliffe's off the track and in the grass!
Except Ratcliffe. He's camouflaged.
He is indeed. This is now promoted. Mitch Noble inside the top 10. Mark Cochran, P9 on the road as well. Barber's inside the top 10 too. Matty Feely as well.
Matty Feely is leading the Pro-Ams, followed by Mark Cochran and Ryan Price. And in the amateurs, it's being led out by Kevin Wakefield, Brent Wazzle and Greg Johnson. So Dean was sitting in... Oh, no, Dean's in the Pro-Ams, that's right. Yeah, so well done, those boys.
Well, we've got 2 laps left to go, Singer. Around about a lap and a half as they come up over the bridge once again. Top 2 starting to run away from Kyle Lavery here. Tony Baker's now dispatched to the Carlins boys at Gallo and Byrne. They've got Feely and Barber chasing them down. Cochran and Noble are inside the top 10. As we mentioned, Gowan's leading the race. DeBono second, Kyle Lavery third. Feely leads the Pro-Ams for Blackout OPR. And Kevin Wakefield could be on for a significant amateur victory here this evening if he can hold this together, with Brent Wassell hot on his tail for the amateur win. Final lap of the race. White flag is out. Here we go. Can Gowan survive? Is DeBono going to play wingman for the king of wingmen in Dougie Gowans and allow him to get the first win of the season through turn 1? They've got a great gap already over the car and behind a Kyle Lavery here, Singo. Could be on for quite an impressive podium this evening.
Yeah, very, very much so. But I tell you what, it's not over because DeBono's not giving this away at the moment. We're talking 2/10 behind him, and he's using every inch of the road to get in there. Is there going to be a late move down the final corner, maybe?
Maybe. Cross the bridge they come. Nose to tail is the VSL drivers.
Going, gonna get you, gonna get you.
the old Jaws music playing. Dun it, dun it.
Team Discord's always fun.
Oh, I love a Team Discord.
This is his point. He's got a few corners left to make it clean. He's got to be right up his backside around this one and try to take momentum through. Same line.
He's going to get him. Doug Gowans leads the way to the line, and he will win round 1 of the Shannon Insurance GR86 Nationals. His teammate Dylan DeBono, P2. Kyle Lavery, P3. Matty Feely, P1 for the Pro-Am. Ryan Price is going to come home, P2 for the Pro-Am. Ron Allen in P3.
That was a fight for P2.
Brent Wassell comes home, P1 for the amateurs. Kevin Wakefield lost the lead in the dying embers. He comes home P2. Greg Johnson will make up the amateur podium.
Oh, that was very, very close. That was some great driving there. That was sensational.
Phenomenal racing from these drivers.
Oh, actually, I'm hearing Kevin complaining about incident with Brent Wazzle coming into the end of that.
Very, very intriguing for those drivers. Let's quickly check out, we'll quickly go back and check out what happened between Brent Wassell and Kevin Wakefield. So they were drag racing down towards turn 1. This is the final lap. Battle for the lead of the AMs. Still side by side. Oh, a little bit of door knock there. So that's probably what Kevin's complaining about. And then Brent just swiftly took the lead.
I missed that. I was just laughing because Mitchy Noble's complaining because someone spin out and lost control in front of him, and he got a incident point and a black flag from IRacing. Oh, that was that'll probably be reviewed at some point.
Sure it will be. It will be. So,
Mitch Noble, you're watching, mate. iRacing gives out black flags. Nothing that the team can do about it.
No, they can't. They cannot indeed. So, race has been done. This will be how they ended this one on the road this evening. Provisional results on your screen now. Doug, oh, no, of course, SDK's decided I'm just going to drop out right at the last moment. So that's fun. We'll quickly reload and get the results up on your screen for you very, very shortly. Also wait for Mr. Gowans if he's going to be coming to have a quick chat to us, Sinker, as the race winner. We won't chat to the... oh, no, it doesn't want to reload it for me now because it needs me to go into a live session. So, unfortunately, we don't have overlays.
Is Gowans in the Discord waiting for a chinwag, is he?
He's not in the green room, but we'll see if he does come for a chat to us. Unfortunately, we've lost SDK because we're in a replay file and it's decided it's not going to play ball, so that's fun. Well, we do have those. We have got some B-roll already playing, though, Sinker, which is good. So, it was a good race, nonetheless. Had some fun this Friday night. You know, are you excited for next week and the prospects of being able to go live broadcast with JP once again?
Yes, definitely, mate. I love my live broadcasts. So I really look forward to them. Actually, I didn't think I ever would, but I do. I look forward to them on even though most times I'm never late, but I do cut it by the skin of my teeth.
Skin of your teeth is an understatement, I will admit.
I love it every week. I really, really enjoy it.
Dougie's about 5 minutes off the behind our live stream. Okay, so that's unfortunate. So he won't be coming to have a chat to us, but
yeah,
we so appreciate everyone coming to have a chat to us here tonight in the chat and coming and joining us here for the action out at Oran Park. We'll be back next Thursday night with your regular time slot of 7:50 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time with JP and Sinker in the booth once again for round 2 of the Shannon's Insurance GR86 Nationals. They will be next week situated at Suzuka International Raceway for the Grand Prix circuit for a sprint round. That is going to be some phenomenal racing coming your way. Big shout out has to go to all of our series sponsors, including our title sponsors, Warren & Brown Tools, for their support of the Tuesday night Supercars and the Sunday night Supercars as well to Cooler Master for their support of the Wednesday night Super Formula Championship, and to Shannon's Insurance for their continued support of the Thursday night GR86 Nationals here. As well as all of our other sponsors, NeuroPower, DSL Railway Services, Shunts, Scenery, and Groom Industries, home of the V8 coffee table, which can be found on Top Gear Australia's on Prime Video's Top Gear Australia in the news, interviews, and studio segments, and anything else they may be doing indoors. For myself, Amy Schmunder there, and Steve Sinkovic alongside, we so appreciate your time, so appreciate you being here with us once again. But until next time, we'll see you guys Sunday night after the Bathurst 1000 for the Warren & Brown Tools V8 Supercars Championship out at Long Beach. Until then, stay safe, drive hard, have a great Bathurst weekend, but until then, bye for now.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because, tell you what, Bruce Tanak and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us.